folks, it's Dane. I've got a quick video for you on a 1957 Gibson ES-225, the pick guard. I'll drop this down here in a minute, but you can see it's got a bow to it. Anyway, I got a heat bulb. I've been thinking about getting a heat lamp for other things, for taking off bridges and fretboard tongues and things like that. So I have this heat lamp that I've brought over, and so anyway, this is just demonstration. I heated it up to about 180 on the face. That's the second time. The first time I just had it on the back, and I got it up to close to 200 degrees just on the back, just shooting it with my little laser heat gun. And anyway, so I did that, and then I found two pieces of wood, and I just clamped it flat in between the two pieces of wood, and you can see there's this thing sticking out of it here, and there's this edge here. So I clamped it as closely as I could to the entire thing and got it in between there while it was hot. Clamped it down, let it cool off. It didn't do anything. It's still got that curve to it. There you go. Anyway, it's definitely got a dip. So I decided that maybe what I need to do is actually bend it past its curve. So this curve is actually the curve that the pick guard has in it. It's actually maybe a little flatter than the pick guard is. And then I needed to put a hole in it for the mounting post, and then also a slot for this little offset here. It's thicker there on that edge. Anyway, so I made the block, then I heated it up with the face to like 180, and then I turned it over, heated it up to 200, and then I very quickly put it in between the blocks and clamped it all together. I had the block in a vise, so it was all stable. Anyway, and then I clamped it all together like so. All four corners. I let it set for the entire day, and it did not do anything. It just popped back to this same shape. So I'm actually taking it past flat and taking it to the the other extreme. I'm going past flat with it and going into that back bow. So I'm going to do now is I'm going to do this. I'm going to take it into the house. I'm going to put it in the oven, and I'm going to turn the oven on to about 200, and I'm going to leave it in there for a while. This I tried to look things up and see how other people might go about doing this. I think this is the best route. I didn't find anybody doing that. All I found were people trying to sell me a new one. At any rate, this is off a 57 Gibson. It's not a new one, isn't going to cut it. The rest of the guitar is in really good shape. The owner just wanted me to see if I could get this to straighten out. Now, of course, there's the, I don't know what the flash point is of this particular material. It's not Bakelite. It's too flexible for Bakelite. I believe it's too flexible for Bakelite, unless there's different grades of Bakelite. This strip on the back might be, but even that is flexible. I think that Bakelite would probably crack if you were to flex it that far. So I'm going to use metal clamps because I'm going to put it in the oven, so I won't be using these little rubber padded things. This is regular C-clamp, so I'll get it all C-clamped together. I'm going to put it in the oven. Took it over and put it in the vise, and got it all clamped down nice and tight. So you can see that's the double edge, and then we've got just the single thickness right over here, and it's in there and it's nice and tight. So I'm gonna go put it in the oven. I'll let you know how that goes. Okay, we're back. So put this in the oven. I did some research before I did that. And I put this in the oven. Everything I looked up said any plastic. I looked up PVC, ABS, cellulose, which this is not. Everything was, 600 to 900 degrees before it could possibly like catch fire. So I did 250 in my oven for 25 minutes, and then I just let it cool off in the oven. And then it was sort of warm. I brought it out, and now it's cool to the touch. Anyway, I can tell I have a little bit of a problem here on this one edge. These clamps stuck down to this pine where the sap boiled out, so I'm hoping I don't have a lot of sap on the pick guard, stuck to the pick guard. Uh-oh. Well, that's the back of the pick guard. I hope the front doesn't look like that. Huh. Well, I might have done some damage here. You can see the leading edge here has been softened and reformed itself. This edge over here doesn't look bad. Well, so I think this is maybe sap, from inside. Yeah, basically, I got tree sap. Now it's bowed the other way, which is kind of interesting. I wouldn't have thought it would stay that hard. Well, I think that I'm going to be okay. I will see what I can do with this stuff. And then as far as this edge where it's a little bit bubbled, I'll just take a file to it and flatten it back out. And we should be okay. That's the only area. Well, I'm going to work on that. I'll bring it back in just so you can see what totally happened with it. I'm kind of mad that I cleaned this up before I tried straightening it out. It's already flattening out to some degree, so I think it's going to just go flat. It might even go back convex again. I don't know. Well, anyway, I'm going to be fiddling with this. Like I said, I'll bring you back in to see how it goes. I'm just going to try something like naphtha on it just to see if it softens this. It's just the resins in the wood. All right, so there's the finished product. So what I did was I used naphtha or lighter fluid, trying to get that stuff off, and it didn't do it. So I sanded. So I started with 600 Super Asolux. If you've worked with this product, then you recognize it. I just picked up some of these that were a little coarser. They're actually for a disc. 360 cuts like 240. Cuts like 240 with a scratch pattern of 360. This cuts like 320 with a scratch pattern of 600, and so on. So I started with 600. It didn't do it, so I went down to the coarser grit. Then I went 600. Then I went 800. They're color coded. 800, 1000, 1200, and then 1500. And then this is a Merca 3000, and I buffed it with that. Then I used nano polish. This stuff works pretty good, and it was looking pretty good with the nano polish. If you're not familiar with this, it's just plastic polish, and it's green looking. Can you see it? Yeah, green. Anyway, it wasn't quite there, so I went ahead over to the big buffer and shined it up. And get the right angle on it so you. Oh, now I'm not in the camera. Anyway, it's pretty nice. It was really dull. It was white. A large part of it was white before and was not. It was just cruddy. and didn't shine. None of it shined anyway. So this looks really good. This is 100%. Yeah, so that's it. Hopefully I'll edit this down to where it wasn't that hard to watch all the way through it. And take care. See you later. If you got this far, thanks a lot. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. Hit the bell, hit the like button, share it with your friends. What was I going to say? Oh, I was going to follow up a little bit on the heating process. Since I had tried it a couple times with the heat lamp and in the blocks and all that, and there wasn't any kind of damage at all to the plastic, I thought, well, I looked it up. Like I said, 500 to 900 degrees before any of this stuff's supposed to react. I had a little bit of a bubble on the edge here that I filed out and sanded and buffed back up. And it's not perfect, but it's, you know, it'll live. So anyway, that's the one downside. So if I had to do it again, I would go either less heat or less duration. I probably should have just taken it out of the oven when it was done. I have no idea when this reshaping occurred here. I will probably just go like 200 and try it. You know, it's just, I've done this thing already like 3 times, so I wanted to, you know, make some kind of noticeable difference. Well, I did almost. Could have been a problem. But we succeeded, and I think we have a nice product here for the customer's guitar.